What's up, YouTubers? Today we're going to talk about the SharpByDesign's Mini Tempest. Yes, you probably know all the travails that Brian Nadeau had to suffer to get this out, but it finally made its way out. And wow, this is a front flipper designed and manufactured as well as any knife I've ever handled. Certainly up there in the top 2 to 3. And by far the highest of anyone that I've ever reviewed. So this is just amazing. This knife sports a 3.5 inch blade of M390 super steel, and it weighs in at 3.4 ounces as by my scale, and it prices at $375. I should say priced at $375. I think these have come and gone. But there is a huge aftermarket for Brian Nadeau knives, so it's something to watch out for in the secondary market. But oh yeah, this knife was just, the short of it is, if you just want to decide to go get one, yeah, just go get it. I've handled several hundred knives, and this is definitely one of the best ever. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do some comparisons, not necessarily in terms of size and all that sort of thing, but just in terms of kind of the best of the best, because I think with the Riot construction, Brian Nadeau design, this really does represent the best of the best. And so in terms of what I have, I'm going to go ahead and bring some of those out. So the full titanium bug out does have a 3.25 inch blade, but you'll notice the handle's about the same. This one, as constructed with the titanium, is probably on the order of, I don't know, I want to say about 200, that's a 20 CV steel, about $270 against the $375 for this one. That would definitely be in that range. I think the best of the Spydercos that I have in terms of construction, well done carbon fiber, contoured handles, or scales in this case, is the Spyderco Capara. Again, very similar in terms of kind of size, handle, so that's definitely in that range of things that are available into the world. The Hinder, I think the 3-inch blade in terms of the handle in hand fits a little bit better, but this one's of course a 1/2 inch shorter blade. And so the XM18 3-inch definitely has, some of the top shelf, capabilities out there of things that, again, you can get. As far as the best Wee knife, I think the Snex Mini Buster is very similar in terms of carry, blade length, and that sort of thing. And then just the overall construction of it is definitely something of an option. As far as Chris Reeve knives, being a full 3.5 inch blade, the Nkosi here, of course it does have a longer handle there. But the Nkosi, again, I want to say that in prices at like $425, maybe $450. But that's definitely what you're looking at, is some of the best. And then lastly, of course, this is probably the finest knife I've ever handled, is the Koenig Arius. 3.5 inch blade, if you take a look at that, and again, you have that little bit longer handle over there. And this is definitely a different beast. The Arius is a full size in the hand, decent size in the pocket. But in terms of, the best of the best in the design, definitely that's there. And then one that's made by Best Tech, but this is the Adam Purvis Xerx version 2. This is the one that for me really was an actual comparison knife. They use the exact same, I think it's 3.4 millimeter blade stock, so they cut similarly. They both are contoured. The Xerx here is an integral, so it's just one solid piece of titanium cut out. But yeah, that kind of is one, and it's actually priced the exact same, $375 for that, and it is available. You can shoot on over to Fanatic Edge if you're interested in that. So that would be kind of what I'm truly comparing it to in terms of available and on the market. So a lot of comparisons there. Like I said, this is a best of the best sort of knife here. I don't know what else to say. We'll jump right into the pros of this. This is literally perfect design and build quality. I mean, just tip to tail, absolutely amazing. You take a look at the pivots, beautiful pivot there, and then you'll notice there's just a T8 there for the screw side for maintenance of it, and a single construction here, just 2 screws construction, the pivot as well as on the clip here. Absolutely amazing. The weight relief on this knife, being a 3.4 ounce for a 3.5 inch blade, doesn't come in the form of any sort of milling on the inside because, well, it has basically, if you will, inset carbon fiber. So you dig out the titanium there, you inset the carbon, fiber, and they did it perfectly. There's no voids in this. This carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is a pain in the ass to work with. I have before, and to create no voids, to have that contouring right there, this is literally marvelous work. It's absolutely unbelievable. So that's fantastic, you know. Looking at the lock bar relief there, I just love the little design and how the inset fits in underneath those, and then you don't just have one big square cutout. Again, just a neat little, absolutely beautiful design. The choice on this one, the clip, the pocket clip, is not only perfectly functional, has just enough ramp to get over one-handed into the jeans, but it also looks like a little mini knife. I mean, it's literally in the shape of a knife. I don't know if that was by design or not, but when you look at together, you have, oh yeah, just a little mini knife, and oh yeah, and then you got this little quote-unquote mini Tempest. And again, I would love to absolutely handle the full-size Tempest. Haven't never had a chance. Maybe I will someday, but would love to. So the design, the build, the construction is literally perfection. It's as good as any. It's as good as an Arius. Everything about it is just super smooth. This is, I will go out on a limb and say, probably the best front flipper ever made. You know, I'm not a great front flipper, but you can just use your finger. It's so dialed, and you can't shake this thing out. It's not like it just comes out really easy. On initial use of this one, this fuller here, I was able to use it a little much easier, but and you have to press pretty hard. But I'll say the PVD coating that I have on this has really smoothed out after using it for a few weeks, and so as a result, there's just a little bit less grab there, but it does work. So you can actually, oh, see, there you go. You can actually utilize that fuller as a Spidey flicker. The top flipper is absolutely perfect. So yeah, this knife, fantastic. In terms of the action, as far as the cons on this knife, I think the smooth surfaces, you know, and front flippers can lead to some slipping out of the hands. I mean, trying this left-handed, normally I would never do one left-handed unless I had a clip to support there. If you take a look, normally you're going to be supporting the clip and then flipping up like that. But I've tried all my front flippers left-handed, and they all fly out of my hands, especially anything with all these smooth surfaces. This one actually works. It's just so perfectly tuned. It's not a detent ball. I guess it's kind of like a little bar there that just rubs against the blade. But left-handed, this thing actually works. Again, of course, it's going to be favored like this, where the show side doesn't have a hole on it, and with the screw construction going through the clip there, not a problem though. And then, oh, and by the way, one thing I forgot to mention is this becomes essentially like a frame lock, but it's a bolster lock here. So you have this overside coverage protection, and that prevents you from getting your hand on there, which makes it so literally, again, perfect design. And you know, and so going back to the con on that one, I know I just keep shooting back, but with the PVD coating on this one being smoothed out over time, I will say it's much easier to fail the Spidey flick, and you really have to kind of put some pressure on there. And so I'd say if I could find one nitpick, it would be the combination of that as well as this fuller not going overly deep. It's kind of shallow, and so there's not much of a sharp ridge edge there to actually sink your finger into. And it takes, like I said, a little bit of work. So there's not a full commitment to the Spidey flick. Is that, oh my gosh, that's like the most ridiculous, you know, weakness that I could find on this knife. Otherwise, just can't find it, folks. Overall, this thing is a top 5 knife of all of them that I've ever handled. Really, I want to say it's top 2 in terms of ones that I've handled, and certainly the top one I've reviewed today. I have not done the Conagarius because I'm still looking for flaws on that. I did find one actually in of this, but you know, overall, like I said, if you are looking for one of the greatest knives ever made, this is one of them. It's just unquestionably, it fits in the pocket so well. Small size but full size knife. Light, 3.4 ounces, carries relative, sturdy, titanium construction, carbon fiber, beautiful, you know. And if you're in a crowd and people that you're worried about making them scared, you just pull it out two-handed. So yeah, nothing bad to be said about this knife. Perfection incarnate. So hope you did enjoy this. If you did, like and subscribe, and have a great day. Take care now. What's up, YouTubers? Today, we're going to talk about the